This video is definitely going to start off with one of those super sexy little ingredient previews for our fried rice. You see there we got tofu, pineapple, onions, cashews, cilantro. I got fresh ginger and garlic, frozen peas from the freezer, a bit of soy sauce, and some leftover rice. There's a couple of ingredients that you won't see there that I'll talk about because I had to go get them at the store. But I'm going to start going through how to make pretty easy fried rice ahead of time. I've tried and failed to make this video about 3 times in a row now, so I'm hoping this shot takes, but we'll see. Fried rice is great because, like most of the stuff I cook, it's pretty easy. You can cook this in one pan. You can cook almost all of it ahead of time. I made most of this video during the day. We had people in the house, and I can't cook in front of people. I can't make a video in front of people. I'll lose my damn mind. So I'm just doing the voiceover today. I cooked up the onion. While that was cooking, I mushed up garlic and ginger in the mortar and pestle. You can often do it in a blender, but I was trying to do it on camera and look cool. I threw in the pineapple with the onion. Kind of watch myself now as I sit here doing it. Got it on the fast forward, so it looks like it's all nice and efficient. But got the pineapple with the onion. Cook your pineapple ahead of time if you're using pineapple. Brings out a lot of sweetness to it. Gives it a bit of flavour. Let that all cook through. You don't have to use pineapple. Fried rice is a great way to use up anything you have in your fridge, really. But I always like it with pineapple. I put some Sichuan pepper in the mortar and pestle, ground it up as well. Bit of MSG. Mix that with your garlic, ginger, soy sauce, a little bit of sesame oil. That'll be your sauce for later. But I made that up now while the veggies were cooking. I whacked in cashews. You can use any kind of nut if you want. You can use almonds, slivered almonds, something. But I love cashews in there. Frozen peas, easy as can be. And mix the tofu in, put all that to one side, and later in the day, let's say when you're ready to make your fried rice, all you have to do is fry up the rice. A little bit of insanity in my house as I cook. When you're ready to fry up your rice, you're good to go. Same pan, no need to get anything dirty. Take the rice. Ideally, you use day-old rice. You try to make fried rice with new rice, it's not going to work. It's going to be too gluggy. You got leftover rice from takeout, from making a stir fry the night before, from making beans and rice, curry, whatever. I made this rice the day before I cooked it, just sat it in the fridge so it dries out. Same pan, put it in, get your pan hot, bit of oil, cook the rice in, let it get started crisp. Still insanity in my house, look at that. Let it get nice and crispy. I put a little bit of sesame oil in while it's cooking for flavour. This is the Just Egg. I think it's a great product. I made pancakes with it this morning. You can use it for baking and all sorts of stuff. Put it in a little bit at a time. Let it get crisped up a little. Otherwise, you end up with just sort of a big glug of it. But a little bit at a time. Cook it. Stir the rice in. Do it a couple of times to get some egg in there. A little bit of sesame oil again. I love the sort of eggy fried rice, but I don't eat eggs. So whack your veggies in. Give it a good stir. And once that starts to get all cooked up and ready to go, put that sauce that you had from earlier. Mix that in. If you want it spicy, feel free to add some peppers and such. Obviously, you can make this one-handed holding a baby. Pretty easy stuff. It might be messy, but it'll work. And then I added I had a lot of cilantro in the fridge still, almost always do. You could put in lemongrass, you could put in Thai basil, maybe something else that'll taste good. Use what you want. Fried rice. I neglected to do a video of this as I served it, but as I look at it now, I would definitely eat that. I also wanted to talk as well. Like I said, this is like the 8th take I've made of this video. I'm just bad at trusting myself enough to go for it. I tried to make this yesterday, and unexpectedly our house cleaner came by. I didn't realize she was coming by, so instead of making a video, I had to pick up so she could clean. And then I couldn't make it in front of her, I think, if... I'm kind of talking quietly right now because there's someone else in the house, and I feel bad because the audio is pretty much shit in the video. But the idea of someone watching me make these videos just makes me itch. So I couldn't make a video in front of her. The best I could do was try to cook some of the ingredients, just, on camera there, but not talking. In the hope that I'd do a voiceover. Tried to do a voiceover last night. I was like halfway through it. My wife came home. I bailed out. Couldn't do it in front of her either. So I'm doing it today, which is nice. I have to give myself a haircut. Look all fresh for the camera. Had my psychiatry appointment this morning, so I'm feeling, emotionally balanced. But it was funny because I talked to my psychiatrist about these videos, and why I struggle with them. And what I'm struggling with is, I wanted so badly to make one of these videos yesterday. I want so badly to make these videos in a way that's entertaining to people and useful. I want to do something with it. And I struggle because I enjoy cooking and I've been liking making these videos. It seems kind of fun to me. But also because I want to do it, it's really easy to replace the sort of excitement that I feel about it and that desire to make a video with some anxiety that I should have to make a video and then some guilt that I haven't made a video. So, I waver between sort of the positive excitement of doing it and the negative pressure of doing it. So I managed to, like I said, make sort of half a video yesterday. Every time I cook something since I started making these videos, I feel that same sort of pressure and anxiety. I made this huge Thanksgiving meal, and the whole time I was thinking, I should film this and make a video of it. The best I did was take some pictures, but I made pumpkin pie, more or less from scratch, roasted the pumpkin to make the puree, made delicious pumpkin pie. We ate maybe a third of it, but it was delicious. I made a pecan pie, made coconut whipped cream, mushroom gravy. My mushroom gravy will knock your socks off. It's fantastic. Made a mac and cheese using this cashew sauce that I'll definitely make a video about, my own sort of invention of a cashew sauce. It's probably similar to a lot of stuff out there, but it's, the premise of this cashew sauce you can use for almost anything you want to make creamy. It's fantastic. Easy mac and cheese. I made green beans with pearl onions. I made bread rolls. I made dressing, cranberry sauce, roasted delicata squash with a pecan mushroom, seasoned stuffing in it, also fantastic. It's really good stuff. There's a lot of food. I took pictures of it, so I'll probably whack in the pictures while you've just seen them. I've just whacked them in while I've been talking. But, I felt really bad about not making a video of it. It wouldn't have been useful because I've cooked on Thanksgiving. And that's not useful to anyone who's trying to make a Thanksgiving meal unless they're doing it a year from now. Maybe I'll come up with a premise to make another Thanksgiving meal, and then I'll make a Thanksgiving video. So if you're out there wondering how to cook delicious vegan Thanksgiving food, you can do it. But anyway, like I said, there's this wavering between, the positive pressure and the negative pressure, and it taps into this feeling I have, just this constant search for legitimacy. I've never in my life had something that I've felt like I was just personally really working hard to get good at and succeed at, and then felt like I'd achieved it. I always sort of felt like I wasn't sure what I was doing with my life, and I'd try this, I'll try that, keep trying things, and I've been successful at some things. I was a lawyer for 10 years and relatively successful at it. I just didn't enjoy it. I knew I didn't want to keep doing it. So it wasn't something that I was sort of working hard to get good at and then feeling good about at the same time. It was something that I was always worried about losing my job because we needed it to support ourselves, and I was always sort of anxious about how I was doing, and I knew I hated doing it. Parenting's, I try really hard to be good at it, but I worry about whether I am or not. There's no sort of reward structure in place for parenting. You get hugs, you get love, you get a lot of fulfillment from it, but it's very stressful, and you don't get, there's no grades. Once you're out of school, you stop getting your grades, your report card, whatever it is that says you've done well or you haven't, and the feedback you get are these intangible, indefinite sort of things, and you have to teach yourself to appreciate those. But it can be really hard if you're not getting some sort of more immediate feedback, some like I said, the legitimacy, that sense of doing well and advancing in some way. You're sort of wandering in the mists in a sense. So I have this endless search for legitimacy in my own life, this idea, who am I to myself? I'm constantly looking at myself from the outside and thinking, just as an individual, who am I? Well, I'd like to be good at this. I'd like to keep our house clean, and I feel really terrible because I can't. I feel guilty about it. I hired a house cleaner to come by every 2 weeks. I feel really guilty about that because I feel like it's a failure on my part, plus we're spending money. so I feel bad about it. Now I can either feel guilty about not keeping my house clean and have a dirty house, or I can feel guilty about hiring a house cleaner and have a clean house. Either way I feel guilty, but at least one of those ways my house is periodically clean. So, you deal with it. You find ways to work through the guilt, and in the meanwhile you enjoy some advance there. But I look around, there's all sorts of things that I need to do, that I should do. I really want to write, but I don't have time to write. I really enjoy cooking. That's one of the things I really enjoy. I feel like I'm good at. But there's no reward from that. These videos, in a sense, are a way of me to sort of turn that into a reward structure for myself. I'm really glad that any of you who watch it feels good. I'm really glad you guys are watching it. I think most everyone who's watching it now is either related to me or my good friend, and I appreciate every one of you. If you're not, thank you. If you are, thank you regardless. Tell your friends. It's nice every time I see someone's watched my video, it makes me feel good. But a lot of even making these videos is a way for me to try to do something I like and feel good about and get a reward for it. And also, to be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping that this might be a way for me to get a toehold to do more things I like, whether it's, if I get people watching these videos, then maybe it'll make it easier for me to get a book published, which I'd really like to do. And that's sort of legitimacy that I'm chasing there. But I struggle with that. I just constantly struggle with this search for legitimacy. It's hard. And part of what I've been doing recently to try to not necessarily manage that, I don't know how to manage that feeling, but in a way make it easier. I don't want to use the word enable myself to try to be a little bit, to achieve more, I guess, to achieve more and feel better, is getting organized. So I just yesterday when I came in and tried to make this same voiceover video, I got distracted by how messy this office is, all this stuff on the floor. One of the things that was on the floor is that picture there. It's a big map of Puget Sound that I've had for about 10 years in a poster thing. I finally got it framed about 3 months ago, and that frame was just sitting on the floor right there. And yesterday I hung it up on the wall. Now that's great. I'm glad I did it. So that's nice. But, I get distracted by these things, and I get distracted. I'm looking around, this office is a disaster. I get distracted by this. So I'm trying to bring a little organization into my life. I've been working on tidying our pantry. So rather than just boxes sitting everywhere and bags sitting out, I've got these little storage containers that I'm starting to put things in. Same thing for our garage, trying to get stuff cleaned up, tidied up. So when I go in there, I don't have that immediate panic sense of things being a mess. And also, so it's easier to find stuff. If it's easier to find stuff, doing projects doesn't take as long. You can get things done more quickly. If you get these things that you need to get done more quickly, cook more quickly, clean more quickly, do a home repair project more quickly, you free up little bits of time you can do something else with. That's the goal. So that's my sort of, way of just smoothing out the rough edges of my life. And on that, I recently upgraded my diaper bag, which sounds ridiculous, but it was important to me. For years, I have rolled with what I've always called my tactical diaper bag. It was the one thing I put on our sort of gift registry when we had our first kid. Never did a gift registry again, but first kid, I think you're entitled. I put this ridiculous tactical sling bag on, but I needed a bag I would actually carry that I could keep diapers and associated baby stuff in, and it worked. For one kid, it was a dream. For a toddler and a baby, it worked pretty well. Now that I've got 3 kids, 2 of them are in school, we're running around to kung fu and piano lessons. I'm trying to shove everything in there, trying to keep my book in there that I can read. I've got, my books end up falling apart because I jam them in and pull them out. I lose things in there. I don't realize it's not closed because it's too full. Things fall out and I lose them. So I recently decided to upgrade my diaper bag game, and I got my next gen tactical diaper bag. It's not my Freudian diaper bag because of how big and imposing it is. It's my Freudian diaper bag because of how much it reflects my need to organize my life and contain the chaos that exists in and around it. It's technically a patrol bag. It's one of these companies that make sort of tactical gear. If you're trying to find durable vegan bags, it's hard because most things are made of leather. So you end up going for, sort of Cordura type stuff. And most of the companies that use that are these tactical range bag manufacturers. This is a patrol bag marketed towards law enforcement officers. It's got enough room to store a shredded copy of the Bill of Rights, spare cans of pepper spray for, dangerous looking people who flip you off, or broken broomsticks, all the sort of things that they typically carry. I don't hide my feelings well. I'm not about to start now. But you don't have to use it to violate the civil rights of innocent people. You can use it to store all sorts of cool stuff. So I like it. I just started using it, but it's got these pockets on the side for, bottles. It's got these pockets on the side here that I've got, baby hat, baby clothes. I've got little pockets on the top I can carry snacks in, phone charger if I forget to charge my phone. I've got, just sort of the kind of essentials that I always carry: ibuprofen, Band-Aids, that little first aid kit sort of hidden in there. I can put, bag of Kung Fu clothes when I'm going to Kung Fu. The girls' piano books slip back in here. I've got cloth diapers. We've done cloth diapers for all 3 of our kids. I can carry quite easily 4, 5, 6 diapers. Dirty diaper bag in there, wipes. I've got my camera that I like to take with me, and a spare little bag for spare film and a flash. My own notebook that I like to carry with me everywhere. Slips right in the front, and I can put, my phone and a wallet in there, not worry about losing them. And then, I've got puzzle books and games for the girls, book that I'm reading. I've got in the bottom here box of pencils, so if we get stuck somewhere and need something to do, you got a whole box of art supplies and pencils. And then I've got this wild fantasy. I've got my own book that I wrote that I just bring with me everywhere. My kids like it when I read to them. Other kids like it as well, so it's a nice thing to have with me when I go around, because I've got a kid's book that I can read. But honestly, I carry it with me mostly because I have this unreasonable fantasy that if I carry it with me, I will read it to my kid in the hearing of a children's book publisher who will be so impressed with it that they will spontaneously offer me a writing contract right there. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm holding on to the hope, or at the very least I'm just holding on to the book. I printed it out myself and just so I'd have a physical copy of this thing that I worked on for so long, and I really like it. It's called Hurt Burp. I'll do a video soon where I talk about it, but this is my new Maxpedition diaper bag. It's huge, it's unwieldy, but it's got everything I need in it. I feel better because when I leave the house, I know I've got all the kids' stuff that I'm going to need right there. I can sort of manage my anxiety about not being prepared by being over-prepared. I'll let you know how it goes. I've only been using it for a couple of days, but it's been amazing. And maybe in future videos, I'll talk a little bit more about other stuff like, the diapers we use, cloth diapering. I'm a huge fan of it. And, probably stick mostly to just making more cooking videos and try to bring the levity and joy into my videos that I am always chasing down when I'm cooking and in life generally. I'm not great about getting it, but I'm here for it. I hope you've been enjoying these videos. If you're watching, thank you so much. I mean it. I think right now I've got 4 or 5 subscribers, and I'd be surprised if I didn't know each and every one of you by name and have done for years, but I'm grateful. Tell your friends. If you don't know me and you are watching these videos, thank you so much. Feel free to drop me a comment. I'd love to know. I'm kind of racking my brain about what else to cook, what to make videos of, so feel free to jump in the comments, or shoot me a text or talk to me when you see me. But let me know if you're interested in hearing about anything and seeing me cook. I'm always keen to get a little more inspiration. But thank you for watching, and I'll make some more videos soon, probably more cooking, and get on to some other stuff. Thanks so much.